Our guest speaker today is Brenda Bowen. She is from State Farm Insurance. And my co-host today is Diane Peterson. She's another career specialist, so she's going to be helping out with questions that you may put in the chat box. So any questions that you may have, please put them in the chat box and we're going to move forward. Thank you for attending. So is a career in insurance for you? So careers insurance. So Brenda, you want to take it from here?
Insurance is a agreement with the customer and the company, or when something happens, like your car burns up or another vehicle hits your car, to be able to fix your vehicle. And there's a cost for that. And so the importance of math and calculating, it's hard, even though we have computers to do that nowadays. But those are some of the subjects that are important. So then you can have this discussion with the customers on what is best for them as far as what they want covered, what they want protected if something happens. My role is what's called an agent. That is where I am kind of the in-between person between the customer and the company, and that's State Farm for me. And so I employ myself at my office 6 different people who are also licensed, which is part of the training. So the training, first of all, is a high school diploma, and then some college degree in business is, I don't know if I'm going to say required because things change real quick on that role, but what is definitely required is what's called an insurance license. And that training is where you do a study course, and then once you've passed that study course, you go in for an exam run by the state of Michigan, and that has to be passed, and then you have it's called property and casualty license. So the tools that I use every day are the computer, and then of course the computer has everything from a calculator to figuring what the premium, that's the part that the customer pays, what that will be. And that is based on everything from the type of car, to the year of the car, to the person's age, to tickets or accidents, to if it's a student or a person under 25, if they have good grades, there's a good student discount. So that's how that's all figured. There's a lot of spin-off jobs, other jobs, because now if a claim happens, we have our claim representative that handle that claim or pay for that damage to the vehicle. We have our underwriters who, after my office writes a policy, the underwriters have to approve it. So there's a lot of other jobs that are involved with insurance. Any questions from there?
Yep. So right now, do you have any questions regarding the different types of jobs that are related to insurance?
I do have a question for you. And the question is, where can you go to get the insurance license needed to be an insurance agent?
There's a rule otherwise have classes. So there's a couple of different companies in Michigan, and where you can then take it in a concentrated 3-day live course, or the third way is a combination of self-study and going in, I don't know how many days it is right now, live type situation. So it's not a specific school, like, I don't know, Central Michigan University. It's not a specific school. It is done that way. Then you have to have that and pass that before you can even schedule the final licensing exam.
I have another question on that, and this one says, does State Farm provide the free training to become licensed?
You have to be licensed in order to then be able to apply to to a company to be an agent. I mean, because that's one of the prerequisites, just like having a high school diploma.
So what does the training cost?
Because which mode you go there, but I would say just to give you on the high end, around $400. And I've seen it done as quickly as in 2 weeks to as long as taking about 3 months.
Brenda, can you tell us just a little bit how you got started? Because I know previously you were in education, but what made you want to transition over into insurance?
I did end up teaching 23 years, but my dad was a State Farm agent for 50 years. So my summer job, ever since I was in grade school and all the way through college, was summer job, Christmas vacation, so forth, was helping in his office. So I had that basically engraved in me. And when it got to the point where my dad was ready to retire, I had to make a career decision and had the opportunity to take over the agency. And so I did. And I feel I'm still educating. I'm still teaching people. I'm just not teaching preschoolers or first, second graders anymore. I'm teaching adults, but I'm teaching them about education or about insurance and helping them make the decisions on what they can afford versus how much coverage or what coverage that they want. So that's what led me and where the transition came in. And so now I'm in my 26th year as a State Farm agent.
Thank you for that.
I do have another question. What are some of the other jobs in insurance other than an agent?
There is like catastrophic, like where there's a big hurricane or big fires. They're a specific catastrophic representative, and they'll travel the country to go wherever these hot spots, may be. And in the pre-log there, when you had the recording, there was one person talked about having traveled around, and that's where that would be coming from. Those are the three parts of the picture, I guess you could say, is claims, underwriting, and agency when it comes to auto insurance.
Okay, I have another question, and the question is, does State Farm allow job shadows or internships for high school students interested in insurance?
Yes, I've had that before, and I'd love to have high school students in and learn, and then it's an excellent way to know if there is interest for that student, if that student is interested. Absolutely.
Okay, another question. Can you make a good living being an insurance agent?
I don't get a base salary, but I put in hard work to make it pay off because I want to be sure I'm helping my people, helping my customers, recover from that unexpected thing that happened, and then I'm rewarded with that from State Farm. Yeah.
So Brenda, when it comes to you have your own agency and your own employees, what are you looking for when you do look to hire someone for your team?
I look for people that are for my team members that are good with people, because learning the insurance process, we can all learn processes, but a personality is huge because we're relating to people when they're happy, when they're very upset because, somebody could have passed away in a car accident or totaled their brand new sports car or so. So we have to deal with and be compassionate with that. So that's probably the biggest thing. And then from there, it would be, getting the appropriate licenses and so forth.
I have another question. Is State Farm like a franchise? I see many offices around. Are they all connected somehow?
We all represent the same company, State Farm Insurance. That is where, the financial backing is to pay for a claim when something happens, but we each run our own agency. Now, I mean, there's a, I don't know, 10 or so in Muskegon, and we're all friends, but we all run our own and we all hire our own team members. We all have maybe slightly different processes on how we meet with the customer and how we have discussions with them on products that they should consider. So it's not a clear black and white yes or no there.
Okay, and one more question. What can I do as a high school student now to help me prepare for a career as an insurance agent? What kind of skills do I need?
All the general skills that really you would need for really any job. And then it's just fine-tuned and honed from there, more detailed, from there. I can't emphasize getting along with people as just one of the biggest ones, because we make the assumption that you can read and do math and so forth. But so life skills, huge, because again, you're going to be working with people, with customers that are everything from ecstatic to absolutely crushed, just every emotion in between, just because of what the work or what the job is involved.
So you're really stressing to make sure, the communication and being able to communicate with customers on all types of levels of when it comes to dealing with their feelings or what they're dealing with.
Absolutely. That's the way to word it, yes.
So I know we have a lot of high school students on here, so make high school count. I mean, do your best in math, accounting, business, economics, the communication skills, learn a foreign language. The computer, you're going to be definitely working with computers, and public speaking, those speaking skills. So get involved with the different programs that are at your school, Student Leadership, Honor Society. These are the things that will help you build up your communication and those people skills. That's what we're just going to say, people skills. So any other questions that any of you may have?
I have another question here. Have you ever had a customer get mad? How is that handled?
Yes. A customer can get mad, and it can be for any number of reasons. You handle it with, which is one of the things that we just described about the people skills, trying to calm them down and then helping to solve the problem. So each situation is different, but yes, it happens.
Well, thank you for attending, and a special thank you for Brenda. I know we had our issues in the beginning, but I really appreciate everyone's patience, but I really appreciate Brenda taking the time out from State Farm to join us and to educate us on insurance and what it takes to be an insurance agent.